Very good morning to all. In today's lecture, we will discuss the general provisions related to food safety provided under the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954. To ensure the safety of food products, clear instructions are given on aspects of import of food, manufacture and sale of food under the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954. Section 5 of the Act provides for prohibition of import of certain articles of food. According to the provisions of this section, no person shall import into India any adulterated food, any misbranded food, any article of food for the import of which a license is prescribed except in accordance with the conditions of the license, and any article of food in contravention of any other provisions of this Act or of any rule made thereunder. According to the provisions of Section 5, if any person is importing any adulterated food, misbranded food, or any food for which license is compulsory, or is selling any food or importing any food item in contravention of the provisions of this Act, will be liable for a penalty under the provisions of this Act. The Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954 under Section 7 also prohibits the manufacture, sale, etc. of certain articles of food. According to this section, no person shall himself or any person on his behalf manufacture or sale or store, sell or distribute any adulterated food, any misbranded food, any article of food for the sale of which a license is prescribed except in accordance with the conditions of the license, or any article of food the sale of which is for the time being prohibited by the Food Health Authority in the interest of public health. Also, any article of food in contravention of any other provisions of this Act or of any rule made thereunder. Section 7 also prohibits the sale, manufacture, distribution, etc. of any adulterant which is illegal under the provisions of this Act. According to the explanation attached to this section, for the purposes of this section, a person shall be deemed to store any adulterated food or misbranded food or any article of food referred to in Clause 3 or Clause 4 or Clause 5 of this section if he stores such food for the manufacture therefrom of any article of food for sale. If we talk about the applicability of Section 7, where the analysts of food safety has found the oil extracted from the seeds as unfit for human consumption and not the seed, it is not found that the seeds of which the sample is taken by the food inspector is unfit for human consumption on account of it consisting wholly or in part of any filthy, putrid, rotten, decomposed, or diseased animal or vegetable substance, or being insect infested, or on account of any other cause, held that under such circumstances the accused cannot be convicted of the offence charged. Section 8 of the Prevention of Food Adulteration Act provides for the appointment of public analysts for the purposes to ensure safety of the food items and to check their suitability on human beings. According to this section, the central government or the state government may, by notification in the official gazette, appoint such person as it thinks fit, having the prescribed qualifications, to be public analysts for such local areas as may be assigned to them by the central government or the state government as the case may be. It has been provided under Section 8 that any person who has any financial interest in the manufacture, import, or sale of any article of food shall be appointed to be a public analyst under this section. No person who has any financial interest in the manufacture, import, or sale of any article of food shall be appointed to be a public analyst under this section. Also, it has been provided under this section that different public analysts may be appointed for different articles of food. The Prevention of Food Adulteration Act 1954 also provided for the appointment of food inspectors. Under Section 9 of the Act, the central government or the state government may, by notification in the official gazette, appoint such persons as it thinks fit, having the prescribed qualifications, to be food inspectors for such local areas as may be assigned to them by the central government or the state government as the case may be. It has been provided under Section 8 that no person who has any financial interest in the manufacture, import, or sale of any article of food shall be appointed to be a food inspector under this section. Under subsection 2 of Section 9, it has been provided that every food inspector shall be deemed to be a public servant within the meaning of Section 21 of the Indian Penal Code and shall be officially subordinate to such authority as the government appointing him may specify in this behalf. Certain powers has been conferred on the food inspectors. Section 10 deals with the powers of food inspectors. According to Section 10, a food inspector shall have the following powers. First, to take samples of any article of food from any person selling such article or from any person who is in the course of conveying, delivering, or preparing to deliver such article to a purchaser or consignee, or from a consignee after delivery of any such article to him. Also, a food inspector shall have power to send such samples for analysis to the public analyst for the local area within which such sample has been taken. According to Clause C, a food inspector with the previous approval of the local health authority having jurisdiction in the local area concerned or with the previous approval of the food health authority to prohibit the sale of any article of food in the interest of public health. Thank you so much.